Hi there, tennis friends. My name is Elis Pironkova, and today we're gonna talk about moon balls. Okay, how to retrieve them and how to play against a moon baller. Before I get into details on how to play against players who lift the ball a lot, I will explain to you what is actually a moon ball. So moon ball, it's a high ball that you get repetitively high and deep on the tennis court, which forces you to go back and hit that ball, right? Some tennis players who are in the beginner intermediate level will play a lot of moon ball because it's easy for them. It's also a way to frustrate your opponent, right? So what these players usually do is they will get under the ball and just lift it either in the middle of the court or maybe at your weakest shot, and they will continue doing that until you start making a lot of errors or you get frustrated. Okay, so how do you play against those players? Well, there are a few strategies that you can take into account. So number one, you need to read the ball early. Okay, so you need to see when they're lifting it and on which side of your shots they're gonna hit. Are they hitting on your forehand or are they hitting on your backhand? How deep is the ball? Okay. Another important thing that you're looking for is you need to be behind the ball when you receive it. A lot of people get back enough to where they can hit it off of their back foot, right? But you need to be way behind that high ball so you can then move in while hitting it. And in this way, you can put pace onto that moon ball, because what ends up happening a lot is you receive the moon ball, and because you don't know what to do, you just kind of lift it back, and there is an infinite rally of hitting back and forth high balls, which you want to avoid, because if this is not your game, you're not going to win the point, or in the long run, you're not going to be successful. You need to execute your type of game in order to lead into the match. Okay, so number one, it's to read it. Number two, it's to retrieve the ball, right? To get behind it and hit it. Another successful way, if you are unable to add pace to that ball, is to hit back with spin, right? But it's the same thing. You need to be behind the ball to spin it. If you're just here to retrieve it, it is not going to work, right? So you need to be behind that moon ball. Another important thing that you should be doing is you need to be light at your feet. When the ball is deep, that means that constant going back and recovering to the baseline. Constant going back and recovering to the baseline. If you're just kind of standing on the court and not moving your feet, it will be very difficult for you to respond to those moon balls. Another important thing that you need to remember is you have to be mentally stable. You cannot be annoyed at your opponent for playing a moon ball. People are allowed to play whatever they like on the tennis court. There is no rule against it, and you need to accept it, and you need to find a strategy to play against them. A strategy maybe, on their backhand they're not lifting as much, so I'm gonna play on their backhand a lot. They're not running very well forward, I'm gonna, try to hit forward and then maybe back, and in that way they'll have a hard time lifting. So adjust and see what they're doing. There's always something you can do. If the player is a moon baller, that means that they don't have that many other weapons, right? So you must be able to work around it and find a way that works for you. Okay, so I have set up my ball machine and I will show you how I'm retrieving those high balls. Okay, so the first way that I will show you is how I'm driving the high balls. How far back do I need to move to drive the high balls? The second way that I'll show you is how far back do I need to move in order to spin back those high balls. Okay, so the worst thing that you want to do on the tennis court will be to just place the ball back. We don't want to do that in the middle of the court, right? So let's get started. Okay guys, I have set up my ball machine to hit like a high ball, kind of like on my forehand, and I will show you now how to move back, or actually the first shot that I do, I will show you how you should not be doing it, okay? And then I'll move into showing you how you can move back and drive that ball, or how you can move back and spin that ball. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so you don't want to hit like this. This is a late shot, right? You're super late on the ball. You're hitting kind of off of your back foot. No in tennis. Now I'm showing you're moving back. You can drive that higher ball, right? I'm moving back. I'm driving it. I'm placing it away from the opponent, nice and flat. And now I'm gonna spin. So I'm getting under that ball and I'm giving it back a high ball, but it's also a spin high ball, right? High on their backhand, always try that. High on their forehand. Wait for a moment to get a nice one and be aggressive, right? It's gonna come. Okay guys, so this was my video on how to play against Moonballers. If you like it, please like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you, bye.